Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto all the Akim. You brothers preaching this word in truth and in sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And shalom unto the hopeful elect. You sincere believers scattered wherever you may be. Shalom. So this one is just going to be something through the spirit. Kind of like a hit the button type of video. Spirit hit me driving home from work just to go into destruction and deliverance. You know, destruction for the wicked and deliverance for the elect. One of my favorite topics to go into. You know, the balance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we just hope and pray that we be of that number that receives deliverance. You know, because this walk that we're in is a thing of predestination. And I wanted to hit a precept in Sirach, the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 40. Point being in verse 9 and 10, but I was actually reading from the top, and I just want to go ahead and start from the top and read down. And Lord willing, this will be edifying, exhorting, and Lord willing, all flows through the Spirit. So this is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 40 and verse 1. It says, "Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things." And that yoke being what? The chains of darkness. Real quick, let's grab that. Being our flesh. Yeah, this is Jude 1 and 6. "And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day." All right, because we're angels in meat suits. We're angels in these bodies that the Lord have blessed us with. However, we're prone to sin. We're prone to sickness. We're prone to ailments. We're prone to, all the different type of afflictions our body could go through. Whether that be mental, physical, emotional. It's just the condition of the battle. And being in these chains under darkness, chains of darkness. But however, we know what's in store for the future. We know that, amen, upon the Lord's return, we're going to be changed in a twinkling, blinking of an eye, to where we're going to receive extraterrestrial bodies. And that's one of the blessings that the Lord is going to give unto his elect, and ultimately the whole nation of Israel. Them new bodies. All right, where the laws, statutes, commandments are going to be written within our inward parts, within our minds, to where every decision, every move we make is going to be perfect and pure. And we won't have to go through the hell that these bodies go through. You know what I mean? The aging process naturally is hell. You get up there at age, you're not moving how you once were. You get, what they call it, osteoarthritis. All these different things, man, different type of cancers and things like that. However, the Lord is going to change us. We're going to get them superhuman type bodies, angelic but terrestrial type bodies, extraterrestrial. Let me go back though. Okay. And that's that, let me see what that word great travail is created for every man. Let me go to the word travail. All right, because every brother, every sister of Israel is going through something. Travail, hard labor, physical toil, work, labor, toil, suffering, or painful effort. That's it. Like it says in the book of 2nd Ezra 7, essentially how every Israelite is going to suffer, but some are suffering for righteousness' sake, and then some are suffering just in vain. But we rather suffer for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and walk the straight gate than be in the world and going into destruction. It says the trouble, torture, torment. And two, what? We're under the curses still. Until the Lord fully uplifts us and turns the tables, the curses are going to remain upon us. But however, and then when, we be exalted, when our Lord is exalted, and Yahweh Shai, when he gets his glory, and we get our glory after Yahweh Shai, them curses are going to fall upon the heathen. They're going to fall upon our enemies. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for that. Pursuant to Deuteronomy 30:7, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to that. Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And what nation have not partaken in her spoils?" All these different nations had a play in our downfall, a play upon our affliction. Esau, Edom being the one that furthered the affliction, being an evil twin brother that pursued after us, are still to this day trying to inflict harm upon us. But the Lord has a payment for him. He has a debt that he has to pay back, and the Lord hasn't forgot. That's why in the kingdom, and we're going to pay them back double. The so-called white man and all his atrocities that he's done unto the apple of the Lord's eye. Now let's go back to that Sirach 40 and verse 2. Okay, it says, their imagination of things to come in the day of death troubled their thoughts and caused fear of heart. Yeah, you think every single person within his flesh, we can't control their thoughts, period, but you have them imagination of things to come, that anxiousness of what's to happen when you have no control over it. At the end of the day, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in control. But them thoughts are still going to come. So you get plagued with them thoughts. It says what? In the day of death, trouble their hearts and cause fear of heart. Because we're in the flesh. You think like, oh, shit, what if this happens? What if that happens? Hell, today, I was getting off the highway. Motherfuckers coming too fast in my left lane. I fucking brake hard as hell. Got scared. Why? Because we're in the flesh. And the flesh is going to react. What they call it, a flight or fight type of ordeal. The day of death troubled their thoughts and caused fear of heart. Every little thing, man. Shit. Brothers had near-death experiences, and you think about, what ifs. It's just, man, the heart is desperately wicked. Who could know it? That's what we go through, being being under the chains of darkness, being with the minds that we have. However, man, we got to remain faithful in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and know that whatever we go through, what's in store is all according to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's will. And we have to put our trust and faith in him, to get us through times and to look back on the times that he's delivered us out of different situations. Verse 3, it says, Sirach or Ecclesiastes 40:3, from him that sitteth on the throne of glory unto him that is humbled in earth and ashes, right? So it doesn't matter type of status, those that be up there in seats of power or whatever, and then unto him that is humbled in earth and ashes, meaning like on a low tier in society, right? Those that are looked down upon, those that are outliers, We all got them thoughts. We all got them plagues of the mind, so to speak. It says, from him that weareth purple in a crown unto him that is clothed with a linen frock, right? No matter rich or poor, we still are in this flesh. Verse 5, wrath and envy trouble. So like it, wrath and envy trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his night's sleep do change his knowledge. Let me see what this says in the GNT. Bear with me, Sirach 40 GNT. I'm curious. Yeah, the misery of human life. Actually, I'm gonna read from the top. Let me just go. I'll just read straight through. It says, every person has been given a great deal of work to do. A heavy burden lies on all of us from the day of our birth until the day we go back to the earth, the mother of us all. We are confused and fearful, dreading the day of our death. All of us, from the king on his splendid throne wearing royal robes and a crown, to the humblest person dressed in burlap and living in poverty. All through our lives we meet anger, jealousy, and trouble. Things disturb us. We live with furious conflicts and with the fear of death. Even when we go to bed, we think up new troubles in our sleep. Man, and God knows, you be in bed. Sometimes you have them nights to where it's restless. Your mind is just constantly racing and you can't go to bed. You're thinking about things in the past. You're thinking about new opportunities to come. All right, these are some of the things that we share and we can relate to. All of us go through this, even the 2/3, right? It says, verse 6, we get little rest, if any at all. When we sleep, it is as if we were awake, disturbed by our imaginations. It says, if we dream that we are running from an enemy, just as we're about to be caught, we wake up and are relieved to find there is nothing to be afraid of. You wake up fucking heart racing, you panting and shit, or you falling off a cliff and you wake up in the middle of it. You're in a big chaotic type movie scene, and you wake up. Some of the things that we experience, It says we get little rest, if any at all. Yeah, we're yet this day in our captivity. We're in Babylon the Great. And that's why, hey, while we get no rest, we have to give the Lord no rest till he make us a praise in the earth. Loosely paraphrasing. Constantly praying on to him, constantly putting in the work for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Constantly trying to better ourselves, and examine ourselves. Speaking first and foremost to myself. It says, verse 8, here's what all creatures, both human and animal, must face, but it is 7 times worse for sinners, right? Because they're going against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and his word, or what he has set up the standard to be for the nation of Israel. Let me go back to the KJV. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 40:6, a little or nothing is his rest, and afterward he is in his sleep, as in a day of keeping watch, troubled in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of a battle. When all is safe, he awaketh, and marveleth that the fear was nothing. Yeah, because you're dreaming. And what it say, dreams have deceived fools. Loosely paraphrasing. So, and then too, whether or not it's some folly, and whether or not it's a dream coming from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai all through the spirit. But some people, they really take that dream and run with it like if it was the truth. They'll follow after that, when it was vanity, when it was just nothing. But continuing on, it says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is 7-fold more upon sinners. And this is the point I wanted. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, which is all to come, is happening, is more to come. It says, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. And scriptures told us, grab it. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai likened these days that we're in now. He likened it. He gave a simile as it was in the days of Noah. This is Matthew 24:36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Not even Yahushai knows when he's going to return. Only Yahweh knows. And he's going to give that green light unto Yahushai. It says, verse 37, but as the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noe entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And you can liken unto Noah today being the prophets, just how Noah was prophesying. What did it say? He was a preacher of righteousness. So he was prophesying before that flood came, prophesying of that flood coming through. And hey, those that didn't take heed, they got swept up with it. So the same way now, those that are not taking heed and repenting and turning back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the times where we need to be, they're going to be swept up in that flood of fire that's coming. All right, via World War III, and also the chariot fire, concentrated laser beams coming from them chariots. And that's the thing. People are going about their everyday lives like nothing's happening. They're all invested into the Super Bowl and these different events, which is not wicked to watch the Super Bowl or whatever, but you got to have your priorities straight, you know. But they're basically all up in the world and not having any type of reverence or any type of care of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and prophecy and the things that are happening around them. With Trump and ICE and, you know, the different wars, calamities that are happening, things that are taking place, man, where we're in prophetic times. We're in biblical times, according to, you know, some people, oh, those were the Bible days. Like, we're still living in the Bible days. The Bible days are never going to stop. Even in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be living in Bible days or biblical times. But you have Jakes out there, just people in general that, hey, man, they're lost at the end of the day. But, you know, this is what's happening. They're eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until that day that Noah entered into the ark, right? And those are going to be the same ones that, real quick, let me grab it. It was in Solomon chapter 5. And 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Right? They're going to be looking up like what's going on? How are they getting beaten up? Blah, blah, blah. They can, you know, while the elect are getting beamed up and be looking and destruction is coming for them. And it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision in a proverb of reproach. These are the same ones we were scoffing, making fun of, you know, bullshitting, calling them bullshitters, whatever the case may be. Hey, some scrutinizing and downplaying the doctrine and they're believing in their Christianity and whatever type of madness that they're in. Verse 4, we fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. Right? They didn't have no respect for the prophets. All them scoffers, all the naysayers. It says, how is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Those that are deceived and into this Christianity and all the other madness and bullshit that's out here in the world, yeah, it's because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has not called them into this marvelous light. He don't want them. There's a separation. And it's always been that way. You know? But now, coming into the times, it says, then it shall be known that there was a prophet among them. And the deliverance, man, is going to be strange. It's going to be strange to the world. And what the hell? Because they're already bugging out on the different sightings of the UFOs and the chariots. So how much more when the Lord returns upon his fathership and the crowd of the fleet of chariots in the sky? Man, it's going to be beautiful. And Lord willing, we're of that number to where we be delivered and beamed up. But the impending doom, the coming judgments, it's for the wicked. All right. But however, the elect, man, Lord willing, we're of that number. We're going to be covered. We're going to be covered because we believed in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and Lord willing, we were just predestined. That's what it boils down to, predestination. The Lord called and the Lord chose. Let me go back to that Sirach 40 and 9. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are catered for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. In the GNT, it says in verse 9, death, violence, conflict, murder, disaster, famine, sickness, epidemic. All these things were created because of the wicked. They are the ones who have caused destruction. Everything that comes from the earth goes back to the earth, just as all water flows into the sea. You know? But the death, violence, conflict, we're going to see more of that in times to come. Jacob's trouble. Right here. Beginning of Jacob's trouble. We're in it. It just hasn't hit full blown yet, but we have to brace ourselves spiritually, mentally, lastly, physically, on what's coming, you know. And prayer, of course, staying prayed up to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And destruction is coming for the wicked. Let me grab this one real quick. And then we'll end off with just one I wanted in Sirach 2. Or 2 Ezra 2. Amos 9 and 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Hey, America's going to be destroyed. It's going to be wiped clean. It's going to be wiped out. All right. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. So he's not going to do away with the nation of Israel. That would be going against his word. However, like it tells you in the book of Zechariah 13 and 8, 2/3 of all the land thereof is going to be... let's just grab it. I don't want to butcher it. Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So 2/3 of America, or the nation of Israel within America, are going to perish, but that third is going to be left therein. They're going to be delivered. Okay. So he's not going to utterly, destroy the house of Jacob. And the beautiful thing about it is, while the 2/3 are going to have to know it after death by pain, they're still going to come back into the kingdom, now with their full glow. They're going to come back with that everlasting shame and contempt. However, they're going to come back with right minds, with renewed minds of righteousness. Okay, he's going to have mercy upon the whole nation of Israel. However, in these times, right now, he's not coming to save the whole house of Israel. Eventually, he will, of course. All Israel will be saved. But the deliverance is only for his elect. You know, and we have to distinguish that. Because you have other Israelite groups, camps out there that may say otherwise, which is not the truth. The Lord is coming back to deliver his elect and his elect only on the first go around. It says, Amos 9 and 9, for lo, I will come, for lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In the NLT it says, but all the sinners will die by the sword, all those who say nothing bad will happen to us. And you know, Jake, something may not go to plan, or they escape by a hair. Let's say in Ecclesiastes, we always quote it. Damn it. I think it's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Yeah, it says, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So it may, the judgment of their actions, the repercussions of their actions may not happen right away. So they think they're getting off scotch-free. They think they're, you know what I'm saying? They're getting off like willy-nilly, like, oh, okay, bet. I'm going to just continue in my folly. I'm going to keep doing this, and that. And there's going to be no consequences. But no, the Lord is keeping that on a tab. You know, and he may not do it right away. He may do. Uh, and really, that's mercy, because then you know that, well, if you have the eyes to see, you know that, all right, damn, you know, there's got to be a sign from Yahweh Shem Yahushai that the Lord is jacking me up because I did something wrong. But the people of the world, they're not recognizing as that. They're and honestly, some of them even not scoff, but they try to ridicule the Most High. Why is this happening unto me, Lord? What the fuck, blah, blah, blah. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. When, hey, man, they're not humble enough to look in the mirror and look at what they're doing. And that was once all of us in the world. Not considerate. That's the word I'm looking for. Considerate of what they were doing. That's why it's a blessing to have this truth, to have Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because, you know, he called us out of this thing, or called us out of the world, I should say. Not out of this thing. He called us into this thing, but he called us out of the world, out of the darkness. He didn't have to. You know, we were just blessed with the gift. And this is why we have to remain humble. Speaking first and foremost to myself, we have to remain humble, because it's nothing of our doing. Okay, let's go back. Where were we? Amos. And that was kind of it right there. Amos 9 and 10 in the NLT. But all the sinners will die by the sword. All those who say nothing bad will happen unto us. And nothing bad will happen to us. Yeah, they think everything's good. They're going to be all right. But they're going to have to perish lest they repent. All right, but let me end with this. I got to charge my phone too. 2nd Ezra 2. You see, because while these different tribulations, famines, different type of calamities are coming, Lord willing, we're of that number to where the Lord has mercy and he's going to pass over us, so to speak. Yep. I'll just get to the point here. 2nd Ezra 2 and 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. All right, that's the point there, man. Be not weary. Okay, let's grab that word, weary. Tired, exhausted, miserable, sad, intoxicated. It says to wander, totter, to be or become tired, to exhaust, make tired. And that's it right there. Let's look up that word, miserable. Full of misery, causing wretchedness, pitiable, miserable, deplorable, lamentable, to pity, lament, deplore, wretched, existing in a state of want, right? And what it say? Oh man, it says we're going to abide satisfied. Lord willing, we're that elect. We're going to abide satisfied. So we're not going to be existing in a state of want. We're going to have what, man, Lord willing, we're going to have what others want. You know, what did it say? His servant shall eat, his servant shall drink. More in the word miserable, it says suffering, wretchedness, etc. Mentally full of misery, right? While others are dwelling in torments, what did he say? We're going to be, thou shalt laugh at famine and destruction. Loosely paraphrasing. So think the Lord is going to put a spirit upon his elect to laugh in times of wretchedness, in times of chaos and miserable circumstances. Yeah, that's heavy. 2 Ezra 2:27 again. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. We're going to have what we need, man. We're going to be covered, Lord willing. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying and exhorting. And Lord willing, all came together. Again, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors getting to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, Shalom, Wa, Kwam Yasharala, Wa, Abba, Babal. Soon.